There is a girl named Mamo. Her dad asks her to deliver medicine to the Warda Gyri's house and warns her about kidnappings in the city. Mamo agrees and plans to stop at the herbs plot on her way back. At Warda Gyri's house, customers admire 3 princesses. An old man says they need to pay to talk to one of them. Mamo arrives, shows a wound from an experiment, and leaves the medicines. The old man offers Mamo a career opportunity. Later, Mamo is kidnapped by some people while in a vegetable garden. She worries about her dad. The story then shifts to the Chinese royal court, where Mamo is sold and becomes a maid. Mamo observes the court's rules and reflects on her situation. She receives money from her kidnappers and plans to endure 2 years of work. Mamo overhears discussions about the king's heirs and suspects' foul play, possibly poison. In the court, tensions rise between Lady Lua and Princess Goyokuyu, involving accusations of alcohol and illness. Mamo decides to investigate the rumors. A lady named Goyokuyu asks a doctor to check her daughter after hearing something. Meanwhile, Jinxie learns about it and tries to stop a fight. People nearby criticize Dr. Hija, thinking he's clueless about a poisonous matter. While contemplating, Jinxie overhears mothers talking about Lady Lua's son's death. Lady Lua grieves, and the mothers discuss a recent affair and the sudden child death. Goyokuyu informs Jinxie about a mysterious message and cloth found on the window, linking it to the prince's death. Jinxie decides to investigate. Later, soldiers bring the mothers to Jinxie. They enter a room, and Jinxie reveals himself as the manager. He shows a letter to the mothers, causing shock. Jinxie sends the other girls away and asks the mother to stay. She fears punishment but is relieved to find out she saved a girl's life with medicine. Jinxie questions her about the message on the window, and she confesses her involvement in exposing the poison face powder. She shares a backstory about the dangers of high powder, and Jinxie expresses regret for not preventing the prince's death. The princess makes the mother her attendant due to her knowledge and thirst for learning. The mother, initially shocked, becomes the princess's attendant, spreading her wisdom and gaining the prince's love. In the next scene, a soldier is poisoned. Jinxie's helper informs her that the village is dealing with poisoned food, and they have arrested the village chief for participating in a video show. Jinxie needs time to figure things out. The helper mentions that Jinxie's mother is working as the queen's assistant. Jinxie explains that Ligua has more attendants than Kuo, who is the queen's wife, so she chose her mother for her expertise in medicines and poisons. The helper expresses concern about trusting Jinxie's mother. Jinxie assures they'll trust her and, if needed, use greed as leverage. In the next scene, Jinxie wishes her mother luck in jail. Jinxie touches her mother's hair, surprising her. Later, Kuo's special attendant, Ligua Yuan, introduces herself and her fellow attendants to Jinxie's mother. The attendants hint at a special job for her and ask her to rest until called. Alone in her room, Jinxie's mother reflects on her situation, suspecting her parents committed a crime and sent her to this place. The attendant's kindness makes her emotional, and she cries for her mother. Meanwhile, Jinxie informs her mother that she'll be checking food for poison. Her mother is relieved and shares that the queen's previous attendant fell ill, suspecting foul play. Mother tests the food, assures it's safe, and realizes she's now in a significant role. She laughs, and Jinxie explains a recent incident with poisoned food in a nearby village. Later, Jinxie gives her mother food, and her mother detects medicine in it. Jinxie reveals they knew beforehand and wanted to protect her. The mother laughs again, realizing the villagers might think she's part of the conspiracy. Jinxie is alone at night, and her mother asks her who made food for the soldiers, the villagers or the soldiers themselves. Jinxie replies that the soldiers made the food. Her mother eats a flower and realizes it's an idea, but soon after, she struggles to breathe. They discover that some plants in the area are poisonous, possibly from burning wood. Jinxie realizes that a soldier prevented others from burning wood and treated them. Jinxie suggests her mother make medicine, which makes her happy. Jinxie then reflects on being honored for the first time. In the next scenes, Jinxie goes to her office and contemplates the behavior of women in the palace. Jinxie's mother decides to make medicine, and her attendant introduces herself as Gaesun. Gaesun shows her mother the medicine room, and her mother starts dancing. They discuss a snake dance, and Gaesun introduces a herb called cocoa. Mother begins making medicine, unaware that her attendants are secretly watching. The attendants eat the medicine and become strong. Later, Jinxie and others discover the effects of the medicine. The head of the village scolds the attendants, and Jinxie's mother defends herself. Kuyo jokingly claims the medicine for himself, but Jinxie takes it. Mother warns about its potency, and Kuyo plans to surprise the emperor with it. Mother suggests it's 3 times stronger than staying in bed, surprising Kuyo. Jinxie takes the medicine, and Mother realizes someone has already eaten it, expressing relief that no one will get sick. A girl sees a scary woman who frightens her like a thief. In the next scene, there's a woman making medicine for cold weather. An attendant tells her a ghost story she's never heard before. Then, a woman asks her friend about the ghost incident, and her friend tells her a story of a woman in a white dress dancing on a wall under the moon, surrounded by guards and a deep well. The friend heard that a man in the well tried to escape from the woman, making it a ghostly incident. In another scene, a woman goes to a doctor to show her medicine. The doctor brings tea and biscuits, and the woman wants some too. The doctor praises her, but the woman thinks she has nothing to do in her free time and should be in a special place. She believes she's the emperor's lover and worries the doctor knows something bad about her. The doctor brings tea and biscuits again, and the woman runs away, thinking the doctor must know about the ghostly incident. The doctor suggests the woman might know about the ghostly event involving people who are considered ghosts, but actually have a sleepwalking disease. They are to be given as a reward to a military officer. The next morning, Mamu goes to the doctor to gather more information about Fuyu. Discovering that Fuyu was presented to the emperor, something went wrong, and she was locked in a room and honored as a soldier. Mamu thinks this is the cause of Fuyu's sleepwalking disease due to mental pain. Mamu decides to observe Fuyu closely for more information. The doctor suggests that Mamu may not want to leave from there. Mamu figures out something and secretly watches Fuyu. She tells Gaosen that Fuyu behaves differently when dancing and walking on the wall. Mamu gives an example of a flower that blooms with white leaves in the morning and with rose petals at night. Gaosen realizes that people, like the flower, can take many forms to hide their reality. Mamu later collects information about a ghost from her friend and shares a backstory with Jinchi and Koyu about a girl in Koda with a sleepwalking disease. They discuss the girl's fate, and Mamu reveals that she was set free after completing her work. Jinchi suspects Mamu is hiding something. In the next scene, Mamu thinks about the situation. Koyu senses something is wrong, and Mamu admits that Fuyu is leaving the palace that day. They go out to see Fuyu, and Koyu asks Mamu to share the truth. Mamu agrees but asks Koyu not to tell anyone. Mamu reveals her guess. Fuyu pretended to be sick to avoid being bought by a military officer, and her plan worked. Fuyu's lover, a soldier, saved people and had loved her since childhood. Fuyu faked illness to escape and reunite with him. Mamu emphasizes that Fuyu's actions were driven by love. As Mamu finishes her explanation, a song plays and Fuyu meets her lover, who had claimed to be poisoned. Fuyu confirms Mamu's story, and they embrace. Mamu reflects on Fuyu's unique beauty among princesses. The king tells his Mamo that the famous doctor has asked him to take care of Lady Lihua. The uncle thinks it's important, as refusing could lead to beheading. Lady Kuyo can't object to the king and Rakil. Lady Kuyo starts working for Lady Lihua but becomes suspicious of her special maid. Lady Kuyo confronts the maid and throws the Mamo out. The Mamo, talking to his friend, suspects poison in Lady Lihua. The friend says the poison has been banned, but the Mamo goes to the kitchen. To help Lady Lihua, he brings her food, but the special maid stops him, saying only special people can enter. Mamo is thrown out again. Mamo realizes Lady Lihua needs specific food, not the protein-rich dish he brought. The maid insists, and Lady Lihua rejects the food. Chaos ensues, and the uncle worries he won't be able to see Lady Lihua. Jinxie secretly observes everything. Mamo requests permission to see Lady Lihua, but the maid refuses. Uncle fears Lady Lihua is losing the will to live after her son's death. Jinxie offers to help, distracting the maids with her beauty. With the maids occupied, Mamo seizes the chance to reach Lady Lihua. Mamo, with Jinxie's assistance, manages to give Lady Lihua food, thinking she still wants to live. He notices poison powder on her face and questions the servant. Discovering the maid applied the poison, he confronts her, blaming her for Lady Lihua's son's death. There's a lady named Lua, and the maids are talking about her. One maid starts crying, and the others get scared. The scared maids are asked to clean up by other maids. Meanwhile, some guys are amazed at how scary the Mamo are. One maid wonders if she did something wrong. The maid taking care of Lua starts working with the other maids. They all follow Lua's orders and make her tea to help her feel better. The maid reveals that another maid was punished for some time and seems to be hiding something for Lua. The guys are having a hard time getting rid of something and get beaten up. After work, the Mamo rest. The next morning, the guys see the hardworking Mamo and offer them their favorite food. The Mamo say that the guys would be lucky to marry one of them, even if she is transgender. The guys offer to help, and the Mamo asks for a steam shower for Lua to remove leftover poison from her body. Lua questions why the Mamo saved her, and they say she wouldn't have eaten if she wanted to die. Lua remembers moments with her child and agrees. With the steam shower, Lua starts getting better. Another maid, who had been punished, apologizes and helps take care of Lua. After 2 months, Lua is fully cured. The Mamo think Lua is a spoiled princess but not arrogant. Lua thanks the Mamo, and they say goodbye as they return to Lady Kuyo. Lua wonders if she can still have a child and worries about facing the Emperor. The Mamo reassure her and suggests trying again. Lua expresses guilt for her child's death. The Mamo encourage her, saying she can fill the gap in her life in other ways. The Mamo tell Lua something privately, and she leaves, thinking it's a special gift. The Mamo return to Lady Kuyo, and she welcomes them. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.